I started with a 7 people company in 98.
All right.
And at that time, there was no concept of startups in India.
Yeah.
User trust and giving user a safe environment is nothing can beat that. In a typical IPL match, a lot of people participate. So we said that can we run 10 million transactions in 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And these are actual real money transactions. When we say real time, these are not one thing that makes us real time.
Yeah.
It's 100 of these very hardcore engineering problems that makes us real time.
Golang or Java?
Java.
For personal projects too?
Java, like keep things simple and do them well. How it looks like, but one book, thinking fast and slow.
Today we have Rajat Bansal, CTO of Games24x7 and some brands like My 11 Circle with us. Rajat was CTO for Hike Messenger and has a long stint with Amazon. Thank you, Rajat, for coming to this talk.
Well, thank you, Jeet, for having me here.
Rajat, you have had a very interesting journey, fabulous track record. We were just discussing how you were among the first 20 people in Hike. Tell me about your journey, maybe starting from college to how you decided that, hey, this whole real time real money gaming is a thing for you.
Oh, well, that's a long time back. At some point, that will reveal my age as well. So, no, so I take a step even back from college to say that how I started or how I became an engineer there.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting story. So I come from a family where everyone in my father's generation, uncles, etc., all were in bank.
All right, very nice.
So they were bankers. And my first introduction to engineering was, and at that time it was that if you have scored good, then take science.
All right.
If not, then go for commerce or arts. So I ended up taking science. Midway in 11th grade, I realized that, okay, I'll need to give entrance to be an engineer.
Okay.
And for that, you need coaching.
All right.
Because till that time, it's one more exam, I'll give it.
Big deal. Yeah.
So I went back, told my family, this is what I needed to do. It seems like I'll need to do some coaching outside school.
Yeah.
And that's when I joined Agrawal classes. They used to send you reading materials.
All right.
And that's what was, like, you can say, that gave me the grounding shock. That how difficult it is. There. I still remember that first test. These guys had a concept that they give you reading material.
Okay.
And unless you send back the solutions, you will not get the next set. And you pay in advance.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I remember the first set I could give, I scored 7 out of 50.
But you did.
But that was the grounding to say what it is. So I say that it's an accidental engineering I ended up doing. Fortunately, yes, things worked out. I was able to crack IIT, crack DC there, ended up joining DIT, which is now NSIT or there. The career again was a very different journey. I started with a 7-people company in 98.
All right.
And at that time, there was no concept of startups in India.
Yeah.
That was its own journey. Deciding moment there was that I had offers from big companies like Siemens Information Systems Limited. This was the company where I did my internship in, and I really, really liked the work that I was doing there in phase of earth modeling and some visualization stuff there. So I was very torn between that. Okay, Siemens, such a big brand, and a 7-person unknown company. How should I do that? So I spoke to my uncle, and that that shaped me. That resonates still with me. To say that these are the options, what should I do?
All right.
And he used to run a manufacturing setup there, so nothing to do with IT there. So his questions I still remember is, okay, how big is Siemens? Probably 10,000 people there.
Yeah.
How big is this company? 7. What is 1 out of 10,000 or 1 out of 7? And that kind of sealed the deal there. So that shaped that thing. And the journey there was phenomenal. Like I worked there for more than 2 years, played different roles. I will build, I will sell, I will present.
Oh, you sold too? Very nice.
So, like I was giving presentations to Indian Army to say how wargaming simulation should work. There. So all kind of stuff, because you get that exposure there. If it's a 7-people company, you're doing all roles there.
Correct.
So that's how the career started. From there, I moved to Adobe because I wanted to stay in India. So I was looking for, okay, where will I get the best work? Long stint with Adobe. Around 2011 is when I think I said, okay, let's move out of desktop. So that was my first try. So I joined Amazon, as you were talking about, 2013 to 15, led Hike. That was a phenomenal experience. Reaching 100 million users or 100 million unique devices at that point in time was the most satisfying thing that you can ever achieve.
Yes.
Came back to Amazon, did Prime Video as part of launching Prime Video in India, some more products, and last 4 years in gaming there. So it's one thing definitely that has helped is a lot of different domains.
Oh, you've been with the Games 24/7 for 4 years now?
Yeah, almost 4 years. Yes.
I thought we met first time almost after you had joined.
Yes. So the time flies fast. Like I was thinking that like,
Wow.
it's almost hitting 4 years now.
Very cool. Very good.
So that's has been a journey, like different domains, different sizes of organizations, very different products, from desktop to web to mobile. So yep.
Yeah, the desktop thing was a good move, I would say.
Yes, like
very timely.
very timely. Yeah.
All right. Okay. And this, hey, is it 1 out of 7 or 1 out of 10,000? Did you apply this again when you moved to Hike or when you moved to Games 24/7?
No, that did stick, and that always played a role. That like we call it as like you also call it as, oh, you are a cog in a big system or a big system or a small system in itself. That has stuck because like definitely whatever we may do, the size does give you flexibility or prevents flexibility from operating the way you want to.
Yeah.
They're like, so that has stuck, but like it's a balance. Like bigger setups have their own advantages in terms of you learn a lot. A lot of it, what I am today, is actually driven by my experience in bigger setups as well.
Yeah.
And how do you apply it in a setup? Maybe those are setups that need that the most.
Correct.
They're like, so that yes, that does stick, and that's why I still like. To me, that was like some of the moments you remember that change you and that change your decision-making process.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that was
this is
one
a
of
big
them.
one. Do you use this internally in your team, saying, hey, don't just be an engineer who writes code?
Oh, we try doing that.
Yeah.
It's not a, you can say it's not an easy thing to do.
Yeah.
To say that, can I replicate it everywhere? But wherever we can, we try to do that. We try to say that like, as an engineer, you're building the code, but can you go and say that, okay, what customer service is actually getting a call from a customer there?
Yeah.
To me, that's an experience that will maybe help you in making the decisions you're taking as an engineer.
Correct.
Separately.
Yes.
You build something. Can you present it? Can you write a blog around it? Can you present it as a story there?
Yeah.
Like?
Yeah.
So we have an excellent blog, Games24x7 blog that we publish blog every 2-3 weeks.
All right.
A lot of engineers are actually now, they are looking forward to say, okay, oh, I did something. Even before doing it, they'll start saying, oh, I'll write a blog on this.
Very cool.
They're like,
is there a queue?
There is a queue. There. So that mindset about that building is one part, but understanding the customer, hearing the pain, what you have built, talking about it, sharing it.
Yeah.
So that's the entire story, and then how, and that's what start as an engineer, you start playing different roles then. Like,
Yeah. Your engineers don't have to sell though.
they don't have to sell. No.
All right, that's cool. What does your day look like? You're working with your teams. You're an exec, so there are those pressures, and then you're grooming all of these people into saying, hey, while you do excellent engineering, also work on other aspects of personality. How does your day look like then?
I'll say that like 40, maybe 50% of the time actually goes to talking to people. A lot of it is actually understanding what their aspirations are, what drives them, what motivates them, where they are happy, where they are not happy, what's troubling them. They're like, So interestingly, like, so a lot of time that goes in that set to say that like, can we be better? As an organization, as a leader, can I change something that can make that experience better there? So that's a pretty meaty part of the job, like, which is 40-50%. How am I building my leaders to say that, okay, are they doing a similar things? Like, what motivates them to be a better leader there? Or like, what are they looking at me to say that, okay, this is what I want to do and this is what I don't want to do there.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I do run things like, I call it as CTO Connects, where at randomly I meet 4 to 5 folks every week.
All right, very cool.
And the topic of the discussion is just about gathering feedback to say what is working well, what is not working well. Also, I've got very, very good insights from that. Sometimes these are like very trivial things that I was like, okay, this is not even something that you should be even concerned about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at times that they never reach you or they never
Correct.
surface you because it may not be the biggest problem that everyone is facing about.
Correct.
So that 40-50% time is in that. I'll say 30% time in reviews, what we are building, what kind of decisions we are making, how are we doing operationally, are the right set of systems in place. I say 30% time is like, can I ask the right set of questions?
All right.
I might not be the best person to now architect, and but can I ask right set of questions? Can I guide them to say that, okay, just think about ABC as well?
Yeah. Yeah.
You have done the excellent choice, but like, have you thought about operational aspect of it or cost per transaction aspect of it? So it's more around like, you can say that, can I dig deeper into what we are building, how these are shaping up? And that also is a good learning opportunity for me to also say that, okay, what's happening at a ground level there.
Correct.
The last 20% I'll say is more around strategic initiatives. What we'll be doing now, 3 years from now, 5 years from now. I do run an initiative like, so we have this, we started this initiative 2 years back where we said that we will, so this is like a startup accelerator. So we invite applications.
Okay.
And then we shortlist a cohort of 15-20 startups and we take them through a mentoring period of 3-4 months where they talk to various people from within Games24x7 ecosystem, as well as teams from AWS, outside speakers as well. And the intent there was to say that as a company, as a startup, as a slightly more grown, mature startup, we have our learnings there.
Yes.
And can we share it back with the organization?
Yes,
there?
definitely.
So we started this 2 years back. Now will be like, we just completed 2 versions of that. So that's something that I look forward to. So we'll be soon launching a 3rd batch for that as well. So those are like that 20-30% time is more around like slightly broader initiatives, not in day-to-day weeds, not on the people side, but more on the strategic side of things.
Any interesting startups that have come out of this?
Oh yes, like initiative? It's like, so the recent batch which just concluded, part of this journey, we make the final 7-8 startups present in front of investors. We give them a good platform there as well. So a lot of these startups are like, so like there was this startup Koira. So they are using GenAI and creating music or authoring music as well. They got, I think, recently awarded in some Tokyo. Then there were a lot of these health tech kind of a startups there. So one startup, Be Able, they were trying to build to say that we go through this physiotherapy. How do we measure whether I'm improving or not? There. So they built a hardware through which now they will say, okay, as I am rehabilitating my arm, can I do more actions? Can I, as you do that action, can I track that action and tell back the physiotherapist that whether the range of motion is improving or not? Currently, a lot of that, if you see, is unstructured.
It is felt by the
It's felt by the person. Now, is there a quantitative way of measuring it? So very, very interesting startup. There was one startup which is trying to now say that, okay, if I am not able to speak, can I still have a communication and without any interruptions or without any sleeplessness? If I give you or if I explain you with sign language, can it come to audio to you in real time there? So they created a glove with sensors on the tips of the fingers. And now they are saying that as I do these actions, you do not understand the sign language. But can there be a GenAI interpreting these sign languages to audio
near real time?
In near real time there. Like, so cool. Very, very interesting. And these are all India-based startups there. So that ecosystem is just great. Like, it's so much of learning running that program that it's a phenomenal experience there.
Lots of GenAI stuff.
Lots of GenAI stuff there.
And how did your day sort of change from Amazon, which is a slightly bigger company, versus Games24x7, where you have slightly different responsibilities?
No. I'll not say slightly bigger, a magnitude of orders different. No, see, what happens is when you work for a bigger organization there, definitely with that comes layers of decision making.
Yeah.
At times, it's like a lot more processes as well. And many of them are for the good reason there. Because if at that scale you have to make a scalable, consistent way of making decisions, those are absolutely needed.
Correct.
There. But at the same time, what it does is it takes a lot of effort at times to even align the organization, because not everything is in your control. You have a lot more dependencies to manage. You have a much bigger system which you are part of there. So I'll say that like there, the biggest change is that maybe 50% of the time at times can go into aligning or selling your decision or coming back to the decision, which becomes much faster now. And as it becomes much faster, it gives you a lot more free time to do other initiatives.
Correct.
And those are not bad things, but yes, that do take a lot of time. So that's the biggest change, I'll say, that like that has happened. People aspirations do not change, so you need to manage that. You need to still make right decisions, but then this aspect takes a lot more time. That could have gone to either people or tech or other things.
Smaller setups can move faster because
much faster.
Alignment is already there.
Alignment is there.
Less
Your
people to
decision
align.
making is faster. And like you just make a decision, move forward. Good, bad, ugly, you own the output.
Yeah, that's true. So you earlier said this 1 in 7 and 1 in 10,000. I'll go back to that. This incident sort of defined how you decide about your career and other things, how you kind of groom your leaders. Is there a tech incident that has had a big impact on how you design your systems or the kind of questions you ask your team when they are designing systems?
Yep, I can cite that as well. And in fact, on people aspect also, I'll give you one more incident that has stuck with me, which I gathered during the professional life there. So on the tech side of things, so it's again goes long back, 14, 15 years back. This was like I told you that in 2011 I joined Amazon. That was my first stint at Amazon, so I worked there twice. So this was a day. So I joined Amazon and I moved to Hyderabad. That's where I joined from Delhi. And I joined on a Monday. That was Cyber Monday.
Okay. Oh, okay. There. Interesting way to join.
And I was coming from a desktop land to the web world there. I go there. I don't see anyone in my team which I can talk to. So it was an interesting one.
No
joined a new
onboarding buddies.
Organization. No one there apart from the HR guys who welcomed me, did my formalities, and like, I'm okay. Where is the team? Oh, Rajat, there was an outage on Black Friday.
All right.
There. And the team is busy in doing the RCA and saying that what happened.
All right. Okay.
There. So I said, okay, like, where is the team? Let me go there. So I sat with them. I could not add any value there because I didn't even knew the system. Web was also new to me. But the diligence and the depth of discussions I saw. So Amazon has this concept of what we call it, they call it a COE or correction of errors.
Okay.
And the philosophy of 5 whys. I saw 50 whys in that meeting. You say that what happened? Because that outage on a Black Friday was a pretty big thing. There, like, and that was caused by one of the services owned by that team.
All right.
There. So to me, that learning experience in terms of the diligence and the depth at which you can go when you are asking this why. It's like peeling the onion, but like this onion was pretty big and like you have to peel a lot more layers to get to a solution. That experience itself, and that too at the start of your journey.
Day one.
To me was a phenomenal experience in terms of the decisions you do while designing the software or running it at scale or like operational aspect. That experience taught me the importance of operational aspect of the software in the design itself. It cannot be an afterthought.
Yes.
It cannot be that you release a software without operationally being ready.
Correct. Yes.
So a lot of those decisions, if you say that one point, I have to say that was like a very, very eye-opening trial by fire kind of an incident. That first day you get to learn so much. So no, that's the tech one that I'll say that like because that kind of you can say that made that feeling inherent that anything that can go wrong will go wrong. We as techies always say that to our teams. That was the time where I said that I imbibed that. that at that scale, anything that can go wrong will go wrong.
Yeah.
And smallest of the errors can have a much, much bigger ripple impact.
Correct. When we met for the first time, I think I have my notes where I said Rajat was heavily into Amazon leadership principles. I was like, why is he working with Games 24/7? He still has this Amazon hangover.
Yeah.
Where are you on that 4 years from now, from that time? And one of them you just said, hey, this is an impact on how you work with your teams. What else still stays relevant? What else comes up daily?
No, a lot. Like I still like, having spent this long stint at Amazon.
You're still Amazon fanboy?
Into different, like I value some of that thinking process and principles a lot. And I definitely owe a lot of my success in bringing a change and being able to lead the organization to some of the principles, or you can say the operating style that I learned from there. Like the one single most one, if I have to pick, to me, is that focus on customer obsession there. Like so Amazon had this principle of customer obsession and a methodology of working backward from the customer there. Like.
Correct.
I love that aspect there. Like that, can I go deeper to understand my customer or user, and say that, okay, what is right or wrong from that lens perspective. Working backwards, like, so Amazon had this very, very interesting concept that before you start any big initiative, usually you will say, okay, I'll gather requirements, I will architect, I will build, I will test, I will release. The first document you write is a press release. So they call it as PR. Like. And that press release is like so important because it says that what will you announce? What will be the impact?
Correct.
What are the key functionality that you will be highlighting in that release? So that becomes like a grounding document that whenever you have to make a decision to say what is important, what is not.
This document.
You can actually go back to the press release part there. Like now coming to like, how am I using it? Like, so it's a very similar, like we call it as traits at Games24x7. So one of our traits is, we call it as user centricity. That put yourself, so we call it as live and breathe your user. It's very similar to those customer obsession aspects to say that, can I say that, like, can I use my product? Can I understand what customer is feeling? Earlier I was talking about this customer service. Like, can I listen to the customer service calls to say that, okay, what's working and what's not working well there? So that concept, to understand user and have that user empathy helps in a lot in all the decisions there. The second aspect, like one of the operating things I liked, was around this very hardcore writing culture. So for anything, that if you are going to a meeting with a proposal, with an idea, you end up writing a document. So there are no presentations. You write a document, you take it to a meeting, or you send it for pre-read, and you start having more questions there. Like now coming back to mapping
it's
that.
More of a reading culture than writing.
No, right. For reading, somebody needs to write that document, and like as a person who is coming up with that idea or who is presenting that, you're not making a presentation, you're actually writing a document there. And I'll tell you how it helps there. So what happens is, once you're leaving a lot to voiceover, it's like you're not giving other person a chance to peek into your thinking process there.
Correct.
Whereas when you write a document, it gets more insight into how you arrived at that data there. So what at Games24x7 we did was, it was a pretty good way in terms of, like, a lot of presentations were there. But last 6-8 months, we have started writing a lot. And we see a positive change in our decision making, in the depth of information. And that also helps us in one of our other traits. Like I talked about user centricity, our other trait is why centricity. It helps us go deeper into that why, which maybe at times we're missing in presentations, because now you are also talking about your or documenting your thinking process, what all you have done and not done. So that in a way attaches to trait. And once we adopted this process, that has started giving, at least the early impression is that even in a setup like us, that can give a lot of value.
Correct. Yes.
And the last one I will talk about is Jeff Bezos has this saying that good intentions don't work, mechanisms do.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of things. I
Yeah.
firmly 100% believe in that.
Yeah.
Because what that does is that acknowledges a fundamental trait
Mm-hmm.
that humans will end up making errors.
Okay.
There. So those are inevitable there.
Mm-hmm.
And those might not be intentional.
Yeah.
They're
Correct.
like, so the only thing you can do is have mechanisms that can make the process repeatable, resilient to those errors. They're like.
Give me an example or some examples of what you have done.
Yeah. So I'll take a Games24x7 example.
Yeah.
So I joined here.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at it. I was coming from so one of the things I feel that I can do better is on the operational excellence side of things there.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at, okay, what is our operational health of services there? Like,
Yeah.
and left, right, and center, there some things are going on Slack, some things are going on pager duty, something are like coming on mails.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are coming.
All right.
So I asked a developer to say that, okay, how many times your pager buzz is there?
Yeah.
Oh, 10, 15 times a day.
Wow. Okay.
What you do with that? Oh no, I wait to see कि अगर कुछ और आएगा तो then I'll do something. So you created a system which was used for alerting and monitoring, but it was so noisy that people stopped believing in the system.
Correct.
So the first mechanism I said, and that to me was there was a personal satisfaction as well that I'll learn the systems as well. I said every week we'll review every alert.
Every alert. Wow.
So got my leaders in. Now, if there are 350 alerts, let's start at 10 a.m. We'll review every alert.
Cool.
We'll start tracking every alert to say ki, why is this coming? How will I resolve it?
Yeah.
And what's the tracking mechanism for that?
Correct. Okay.
First few weeks, we could only cover 50, 60, 80.
Yeah.
Because you cannot. But that set the tone.
Correct.
That I will need to explain what happened.
Yes.
I will need to write a ticket to say that how will I fix it. And if now next time happens, Rajat will ask why it happened.
Yeah.
So that became like a mechanism there.
Correct.
Because earlier also, what we are doing, we are fixing alerts.
Yeah.
Root cause aata hai, I fixed root causes. But there was no structure to saying that how this process works.
Correct.
As we ran that process, it took us almost like a year, but we were able to cut down 90% of the noise.
Oh, very cool.
They're like, now if alert happens,
it's real.
It's real, and like person knows that I have to stop everything and jump on this there.
Correct.
So to me, that mechanism of saying that can I review, track the progress on it was something. It was not an intention issue. Nobody likes an alert. Everybody wants to fix the root cause.
Correct.
Everybody is fixing a root cause. But unless people can say a systematic approach to do this and see the output, the output was I'm getting less pages. I'm getting in non-interrupted sleep.
Correct. Yes.
There. I don't need to do a context switching there. So it's a both like that mechanism has to work and that mechanism also has to prove the benefit there.
Can I ask you for another example?
Yeah.
This is very interesting.
So this
real example.
So another example I'll give you so it was again on I'll pick another one on the infrastructure side itself.
Yeah.
We started and when I came in, being a real money gaming company, we run a large infrastructure as well.
Correct.
And we are hosted on AWS. And again, pretty decent size bill. You can say upwards of $1 million a month kind of a thing. They're a company for our size. My evaluation was that this is high.
Yeah.
But I have nothing to prove that this is high.
Correct. Okay.
Now, how do I say that this is good, bad, ugly? Our revenue grew, but my infrastructure is growing slower than revenue. But yes, it's growing slower than revenue, but is it a good baseline to look at it or not? So I said that how do we make cost a more trackable mechanism?
Okay.
So what we did was first we started thinking what will be that baseline or what will be that unit of measurement? What is the cost of work?
Yeah.
End of the day, what you're trying to identify is what is the cost of work, because infrastructure might be spent in testing, it might be spending getting new users in, and it might be spent in making users play the game there or running the analytics system there. So what we did was we said, okay, we'll establish a baseline. So finally, after few weeks of effort, we are able to establish that we will start measuring our cost as cost per settlement.
Okay.
So per settlement is the equivalent of a game played by a user.
Yeah.
And then once we started that gave us a good baseline there. we said that now every activity we are doing, can we create a roadmap to say that this cost per settlement, where is in that settlement hierarchy the cost is going, and how can I bring it down there? Can I decompose it there?
Yeah.
And we again started setting up a review mechanism for that.
Yeah.
That will start looking at this metric on every bill basis there. That mechanism again of establishing the baseline, setting up a review mechanism, and then the third thing we did was start allocating this cost to individual teams so that people can own and run. What cost they are contributing to
Correct.
this.
Yeah.
As soon as we are able to do this, and we were able to track this, nobody wants to be on the leaderboard of the cost. Over last 3 years, we have reduced cost per settlement by 70%. 70%.
Nice.
And whereas in those 3 years, we have launched a lot more functionality. So compute per game has gone up.
Correct.
But cost per game has come down. Again, the missing piece is the story remains the same. You identify what you want to fix. Set up a review mechanism. Set up a impact mechanism, and then just track it. Cool. And if you keep churning the flywheel, things will happen. Key is, are you measuring the right thing? If you start measuring the wrong thing, you will optimize the wrong thing.
We discussed 2 process improvements that you have gotten, and you are particularly proud of them. Real impact on the business. What are 2 engineering innovations that you are particularly proud of?
No, so at Games24x7, like our guiding ethos or core ethos, we say our science of gaming there.
Okay.
And what we are very proud of is that how do we give the best engaging personalized experience to the user there.
Correct.
Because at the end of the day, people are coming to play games, and it's like they're coming to entertain themselves there.
Yes.
And entertainment has 2 aspects. One is the content needs to be good and engaging.
Yes.
And second is it's the content I like, or it's personalized to my taste there.
Yeah.
So like Jeet as a person may want to play games where a lot of people participate. Rajat as a person might want a head-on challenge between one-on-one.
Correct. Yes.
Kind of a scenario. I might like tournaments which are like very short in duration. You may like tournaments which runs for days and it's a leaderboard kind of a system there. So what we do at Games24x7, core to our ethos of science of gaming, is that how do we put personalization at forefront of everything? You hear a lot of GenAI in last 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
We have like 25 plus models that have been in production for last maybe 5, 7, 8 years there.
All right.
They personalize each and every aspect of the user journey at times even before you become a user on my platform there. And how do I seamlessly integrate in that? So as a technologist or as an engineering leader, like anything we build, how do we make sure that we can personalize and we can run it at scale where I can give you billions of personalized experiences a day?
Yeah.
And I can make it easier for my science team to plug in more and more models.
Correct.
That entire pipeline or ecosystem to me is one thing that I'm very proud of.
Nice.
The second part is at times you see being in a real money gaming space, user trust and giving user a safe environment is nothing can beat that.
Yes, correct. There's
so the
money
second
involved.
kind, I'll say, and that again goes back to science as well, is how do we give or how do we build tools where I can detect and frauds, collusions, etc. there.
All right. Yeah.
Because it's my job as a platform to ensure that I have a level playing field.
Correct. Yes.
So the tools like how do I detect duplicate accounts there? Like I not allow people to create duplicate accounts. How do I create tools to say whether it's a human touch or a machine generated touch there?
Okay.
They're like
on the app.
On the app. How do I say, is this behavior normal or deviating from normal there? Is there a collusion going on there? For example, I'll give you an example. Like if we are playing a rummy game and if I and you are say colluding, I can change the outcome of the game from a winning percentage perspective. But there are 4 more people playing the game and their experience goes out there.
Yeah.
So how do I detect automatically that this is happening there? So again, it goes back to science where we invest very heavily in building a model to say that what is the objective of a game? Objective of a game is that I should be able to make these sets and should be able to minimize the points that I have in hand there.
Correct.
Every action you take can I measure whether it takes you closer to the objective or away from the objective?
Okay. A fumble was a real fumble. It's a pattern.
Yeah. Now, if it's taking away from the objective, does that behavior change when Rajat and Jeet are on the same table? And if I can say, so for example, like the game you can say is, okay, I picked up the coupon card. I knew Jeet needed it. I opened up a card and discarded the card.
Yeah.
But that tells me that this was away from the objective. I did not achieve my objective
Correct.
of growing closer to the end of the game there.
Yeah.
Oh, I had a sequence, but I dropped the card which Jeet needed.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah.
Now,
Clear
how do you
signal.
build tech that can detect these? And in real time, now, next time when you're trying to get on the table, I will not allow Jeet and Rajat to sit on the same table.
Oh, all right. These are soft constraints then.
These are constraints. Like I don't, I'll find my game when you do a matching. I'll not allow you to match.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm playing from one device. Another person is also playing from the same device.
Okay.
These are linked. I'll never allow those accounts to be part of the same contest there. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or you logged in from this device and you logged in from another device. Now these two devices are linked.
All right. Yeah.
So can I create these links and ensure that like, oh, if there is a fraud, there's a device linkage, there are multiple accounts. So how do I give a level playing field? How do I detect human touch versus manual touch? And the third aspect is what we call it as responsible gameplay.
Okay.
That how do we build tech to ensure that like, can I detect a safe and a responsible gameplay environment? Like, can I detect over-intelligence? Okay. Can I detect loss-chasing behavior?
Okay.
And I have a team of scientists that works on actually building models to detect that. And when we detect that, we throw interventions.
Okay.
There, like so, among these three, in terms of personalized experience or like personalized engaging experience at the forefront, ensuring that it's a safe environment for everyone to play and a level environment for everyone to play, and it's a responsible environment.
Yeah.
Those three are like our tech prowess in all these three is what sets us apart.
Correct.
And gives us that edge to say that like why some of the games and the techs that we build become way more successful. There.
Correct.
And those are the three pieces I'll say is like I'm very, very proud of to say that what we have been able to achieve by by a set of services and systems that enables you to run all these three aspects of that.
Who thinks of all of these naughty stuff that customers can do?
So it's a like you can say it's always an exercise where we are constantly monitoring our data.
Yeah.
To say that are there any, you can say, anomalies in the data that's getting reflected. We go very deep to understand or create some hypothesis to say what could have triggered this anomaly.
Okay.
And then we say, okay, if this is what can trigger an anomaly, how do I ensure that this kind of pattern I can detect? Coming to like who thinks that a lot of it, whenever we are thinking of a feature, first thing we think about is is there a possibility of this feature getting misused?
Oh, okay. All right.
That's a very core part of the spec to say that what all controls do I need to place before I say, oh, this feature I should build there. Being in real money gaming, our first aspect is look at it from eye of suspicion on what all can go wrong. There. And then make sure that, okay, we have enough controls in place to prevent that from happening there.
You're almost going towards becoming a banker now.
Well, like it's like we integrate with a lot of payment gateways, the amount of transactions that happens. In a way, it is, yes, like we need to make sure that, okay, whatever identity you are giving me, is it verified or not? There are a lot of compliance requirements that we need to fulfill. So many of those requirements are as good as opening up a bank account or buying a mutual fund or doing a financial transaction. And at times they are more than that.
Very cool. What tech stack powers this insane personalization and fraud mechanisms? And all of this is real time.
All of this is real time. So what happens is like tech stack is fairly like it's not very different from traditional stacks that you see. Like on the front end, a lot of my experiences are powered by React Native. The reason we ended up choosing that is I can like at least have some flexibility to change the experience without app updates, etc. Some of the experiences where there is richer engagement like Rummy Circle,
Yeah.
they still have a Unity engine
Oh,
powering
okay.
some of those transitions there.
Interesting.
So like my entire right from lobby to game table, etc., are actually written in Unity. Although we
Okay.
are reevaluating that as well.
Uh-huh.
So on the front end, there's a variety, but mostly React Native or Unity there.
All right.
On the server side, most of the services are written in Java. We might feel that, okay, why not go or something else?
Yeah.
But like, I'm a firm believer that let's keep things simple as possible
Oh,
there.
you're the boring tech
Boring tech guy.
works. All right.
But do whatever simple things you're doing, do it well.
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So most of the server side is Java. Most of the storage layer is traditional, either MySQL or NoSQL there. Most of that was home managed. Now we are getting into a stage where we are moving to managed services there.
All right.
A lot more caching layer is
Yeah.
either Redis, now moving to Elastic Cache.
Mhm.
Because one thing we learned was that some things, if it's not my core job function,
Yeah.
let's outsource or let's get somebody else to manage if possible there.
Correct. Yeah.
So it's a traditional stack there. Now coming to your answer, that how do we ensure that this keeps working at this kind of a
Correct.
scale?
Yeah.
So that's where a lot of core engineering happens there. Like for example, we are talking about personalization there. Like, we collect terabytes of data a day. Every time user does any action on our app, to me, that user has told you something about what he or she likes or does not like.
Yeah.
Sometimes not taking an action tells you a lot more.
Correct.
So we capture a lot of data to say that, okay, this happened. Can I capture it? So we have a traditional straightforward pipeline to say, okay, all these events will publish to my clusters, will go into a Kafka queue, and then now there is a lot of processing happening in terms of enriching these events, converting into, some of them goes to the analytics funnel in terms of data marts, etc. And some of them actually go back to say, okay, on this trigger, now a model will get triggered. Model will make a decision and then give you a decision there. But at real time, I cannot make it in my critical path.
Correct. Yes.
Correct. Like, because as an engineer, you will also say that like sometimes these things can misbehave.
Yeah.
So what we have done is we have created like kind of an infrastructure, you can say a big infrastructure where some of these things can go. Models will keep calculating, but apps will do a lookup only.
Okay.
What it does is at times I might miss the last event.
Correct.
There. But it gives me resiliency to say that it's almost real time, and at the same time it's not in my critical path there. Like,
correct.
There. So many of my real time, when we say that this has to respond in real time, that's one thing that has kept us working, because now I can scale this independently.
Yeah, both
and
systems.
I can also say that how many times my trigger was served from an event which was a -1 kind of a event there.
Correct. Yeah.
-X. But I'm still able to run a system at a large scale there. So it's a lot of, you can say, pre-compute kind of a scenario that also happens there. We are looking at things that can we move some of this compute or model inferencing on the device as well there. Like,
all right.
Because then I can actually respond to a last model with a small model running on the device there. So there's a constant engineering innovation to say that how do you keep running these things? I'll give you an example. Like we recently finished an IPL.
Okay.
So last year we took a goal that in a typical IPL match, a lot of people participate. So we said that can we run 10 million transactions in 2 minutes?
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Wow. Okay.
And these are actual real money transactions there to say that match ended, can I give your money? Can I do a settlement there?
Okay.
And for a settlement, I need to do auditing, taxation, etc., all the good stuff there. What we realized was after doing everything that unless we move away from MySQL, this cannot happen there. So first it was a mind change shift as well, that for a transactional use case, I can actually use a NoSQL there.
Okay.
So we decided to move away from MySQL to DynamoDB. The kind of engineering that we need to do, because this was a one-way door, because this did not just mean that I'm changing the app layer or a tag, I'm actually changing the data.
Correct. Yeah.
Because I'll need to migrate all this data from your SQL store to a NoSQL store with transforming the data, and there's no way to come back. So this was a very fun engineering challenge that we solved, working over almost like 6 months, running it in a shadow mode for a month, a month and a half before releasing it out. But it was phenomenal to see that I was able to achieve now 90% faster settlements. And then this gives me now scale for like whether it's 10 million today, if you want to do 20 million, it's a horizontally scalable problem there. Like.
Yeah.
So some of those sometimes it's that thinking change from that. Yes, for a transactional DB, I can use a NoSQL store.
Correct.
There. And Dynamo has this conditional write kind of a scenario where it's like you will not roll back, but you will not even write.
Correct.
There, like, and then the entire layer you can retry to make sure that okay, it's happening. You can embed a version in the document, and you can say if I'm writing is a different version than what I read, I will fail.
Very standard.
Very standard. So it's a standard concept that you can implement, but that can unlock a lot of value there.
Correct.
Another thing that we found, like since we're talking about real time, we write our proxies. Like so, some of our proxies they are written in Node.js.
Okay.
And in the IPL time, some of them are running at 250,000 TPS, 300,000 TPS.
Oh, cool.
What we realized was that when I look at my Prometheus client, it sells my P99 is 60.
Okay.
But when I look at load balancer, it's saying that my P99 is 600 milliseconds.
Oh, okay.
So that was an interesting thing to say, what is happening there? Like, finally, why is this 600 there? Like,
yeah.
So the team started investigating to say what's happening on this Node.js layer. Finally, what we found out was the way, because we were like being a single-threaded application, we had multiple versions running on each of the nodes to utilize the cores that we had. That all that time was going on the Node.js Prometheus collection time there.
Okay.
So it was not the code; it was the things that were monitoring the code and collecting the metrics there. And that was a very interesting journey there. So, like unraveling a layer. Oh, why is it going? Part of time is going in actually calculating the hash. Oh, because each node has a central one and then say 20 other Node.js clients. So, since this guy is doing hashing, it's doing hashing for 20. Delegate hashing. Oh, IPC was taking a lot of time to get this data from this child to the parent master orchestrator. We started unraveling it to the level where we found that, okay, now I can go back to my 70 milliseconds. We actually changed the Node.js client and we have now raised a pull request for open source contribution to say that if somebody is in this architecture, they can actually, this is the reason and this is how you can use it.
Very cool.
Nothing changed in the layer, but my latencies I could reduce by 90%, which means I can serve more traffic. I can reduce my cost by 60%. And suddenly unlocks a lot more scale there.
Correct.
So some of these real time, when we say real time, these are not one thing that makes us real time. It's 100 of these very hardcore engineering problems that makes us real time. So you will find a lot of these. Actually, we write blogs like Node.js. You will find a blog on our Games24x7 blog on Medium, where we have it's like a story that okay, what did we do? Oh, we did this, did not fix it. We did this, did not fix it. We did this, did not fix it. And now here is the pull request that we have raised to say that, okay, if somebody else wants to use it, this should be the part of prom client that comes.
Correct. Very cool.
So it's a hardcore, lots of, you can say, mini-versions that keeps us running and keeps us raising the bar on what IPL and the big scale events throws us.
Oh, and what is the communication we talked about real time? What does the communication protocol look like between your Unity or React Native clients in the backend? These Node.js proxies.
These are standard, so we have both REST-based API calls as well, but we do have a socket.
Okay.
We maintain a persistent socket as well. That throws its own problem to say that, oh, now if there are 3 million people connected, how are you managing those sockets there?
Correct.
Because not everything can go, again, for a real-time nature, not every action can go through a REST call. That comes with its own delay. So a lot of that actual real-time actions actually flow through the sockets, the web sockets as well there. So it's both like a REST-based communication medium as well as a socket-based communication.
So is every client connected to a socket?
Not always.
Okay.
Like for example, till the time you are at lobby, you may not be.
Okay.
As soon as you enter the game table,
you are. Okay.
You are.
Okay. So that's a different challenge altogether.
Altogether.
How many boxes are you running during IPL? If you want to share.
I can share that, but yes, we keep AWS happy. Is what I'll say there.
You're still working for your old company then.
No, it's again like it's a good part is there is a flexibility to actually say that scale up, scale down. A lot of engineering actually goes. So since we're talking about IPL, I'll also tell a story like even the process of scaling up and down.
Correct.
is pretty much governed by a science algorithm there.
Hmm.
So what we have done is, so earlier the thing was, oh, IPL is happening, I need to scale up. What should I scale
Yeah.
up with? Okay, I've scaled up. When should I scale down? So there was a lot of, you can say, human in the operation or human in the loop there. So a couple of years back, we started with this, creating a thing that, okay, we are a science organization. Can I predict how big the load will be? Because the challenge with IPL is, and specifically with a company like us is, so for an IPL match, say there is a match 48 hours from now. So I'll put that, okay, this is a match that's happening on my
Correct.
application. You can create your team and participate in that match. There will be organic traffic. People will create the team, join this contest.
Yeah.
The mega contest, like there might be 50 lakh teams. There can be multiple other contests. So there can be like 10, 12, 15 million people getting participating in the match there. A lot of this traffic is organic.
Okay.
There, like, but at 7 p.m. toss happens. Now, what does toss do? Apart from toss, the teams get
are announced. Yeah.
As soon as teams are announced, now everybody wants to come back and say, oh, is my player playing or not? I need to change a team. Since toss happens, we also initiate, like I say that we DDoS ourselves. Because what we said is, we also want people to come and create the team.
Yeah. You will send notifications?
We will send notifications. Within a minute and a half, 30 million people notifications are out.
Yeah.
What will this notification do? As a user, you will click on it. You will come back to my platform.
Correct.
So it's like I am DDoSing myself. Marketing team is trying to run campaigns to say that, okay, oh, there is this bonus offer for you.
Yeah.
There. And there are people who have created teams coming back and I want to change my team.
Correct.
So it's like full throttle. Everybody's coming back.
Yeah.
So I cannot rely on traditional reactive scaling.
Correct.
It cannot be that, oh, my CPU went to 50%, configure a rule, add one more node and load will distribute, because you will know you cannot survive that.
Correct.
Because all of that game happens in few seconds there.
Yeah.
So what we did was we created an algorithm, created a science model. It keeps monitoring data, say at 4 p.m. till 5 p.m. It's monitoring data to say what's the inflow of teams for today's match.
Okay.
It has the entire past history to say what's the inflow rate for a match happens, and if this kind of inflow rate happens, what the match size looks like.
Oh, okay.
In a very simplistic way. There are a lot other models in terms of who is playing, where the match is happening, what time is it happening, a lot more parameters there. But in a very simplistic model, it is looking at a set of features where a key input is the rate of team as well.
Yeah.
And it tells me that, okay, today's match, I expect X million people to join.
Yeah.
Now, as part of preparation, I've already done an exercise that for supporting this X million, each of these individual teams need to scale up by this.
Correct. Yeah.
At 6:30 p.m., my automation will run. That will say that minimum pod size requirement for each of these clusters is X. Between 6:30 to 7, we'll automatically scale everything there.
Okay.
There. Because the cost is like, this scale up is 10x, so the cost is so high that I don't want to run these clusters for longer period of time.
Correct.
Now at 7 p.m. people will come. So my fundamental, all this layer has to be ready.
Correct. Yeah. You can't be scaling at 7.
It happens. 7 to 7:30, I want to keep things as stable as possible. There's nothing called as no change is better than any change. So 7 to 7:30, we go into that mode. At 7:30, things will start scaling down there.
Yeah.
Now the nature for problem keeps changing for us. Like till 5:30, I said, it's a prediction problem.
Yeah.
At 7, it's a scale problem.
Correct.
At 7:30, now match has started, you cannot change your team.
Okay. It's monitoring now.
Now it's monitoring, so the interaction falls down.
Okay.
But at 7:30, every ball in the match, I need to calculate the scores for the teams.
Oh, yeah.
Drive a leaderboard and serve it back to the people there.
Correct.
So the problem has now changed from scale to algorithmic complexity to say that how fast can you calculate and send it back there. At 10:30, match ends. Now that 10 million in 2 minutes kicks in.
Again.
How fast can I settle and give you the money back?
Correct.
So I tell my team that during those 2 minutes, we work faster than a bank.
Yeah, you do. Are banks able to keep up?
No, so a lot of those transactions are in-house in terms of between users' wallet and us.
The wallets.
Banks, no way we can. If there was external dependency, no way we could have done that. But within our systems also, like that, because we are doing all those calculations, it's like whatever bank will do when you transfer a money, we are to do a similar exercise at a similar fidelity in a much lesser time there. And then there can be like two things colliding. This match is ending.
Oh yeah,
but the next
double
match is
headers.
happening.
Yeah.
Double headers in IPL there. So it's like systems during those 30 minutes run on steroids. You don't have any recovery mechanism, because in those 20 minutes, if your system do not scale or a bug is
That
there,
match
you
is
don't
gone.
have a reaction time.
Yeah.
And each match is a pretty costly
Correct.
commitment, apart from the user trust that it breaks. So a lot of effort goes in actually building those systems. We actually do dry runs before IPL to say, okay, if this IPL I'm expecting a 20 million joins, can I actually prove it in production that I can handle it?
Okay.
So we actually run dry runs in production as well.
Oh, very nice.
So it's a lot of, you can say it's a lot of planning and upfront planning, upfront testing to ensure that things will work, and how much can we remove human from the loop there. Because those 30 minutes, you cannot have any human intervention there.
There's no point.
There's no point there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is largely tech stack, and we covered data stack sort of briefly.
Yeah.
Right? You said that there are events that you're ingesting. It's largely going to Kafka, and then analytics kicks in and these models kick in. What is this ingestion layer? What does the whole data stack look like?
So data stack on the initial side, so we have moved to now Databricks over the last 1.5 years.
Okay. Okay.
So almost, and again, like any other startup, it was like, okay, let's experiment. So we started with like using it as more like a compute optimization problem.
Okay.
Can you run a cluster more optimally than what I could run there?
Okay. These are EMRs that you are running.
These are EMRs. So you can say that instead of managing your EMR, trying to say what it should be, can I use now Databricks to say, so they have some concept called a DB units. They distribute to say how the load should be distributed, how much should be created, not created.
Yeah.
So from client to our servers is mostly through, like, they will publish events and like finally server will receive it, or through Kafka it will go to enrichment pipeline. And from there on, once it's on the disk, once it's on the S3, the Databricks jobs will take over to process, to send some data to reporting mechanisms that have, say, some might be getting processed every 5 minutes, some might 15 minutes, some might be running at D-. The second aspect is this production data that we have.
Correct.
So through, like, we have defined our own taxonomy there. So through ETL jobs, these snapshots will get covered into, again, go back into Databricks unit where my data lake is there. Over the last 1 year, we have moved more into Databricks, where like we have moved into Delta Lake as the format. We have started adopting Unity catalog. So they have this Unity catalog, they call it as, to manage the metadata of the data. Because as things are becoming more complex, I also need layers to enforce things like, okay, who has access to what data.
Correct.
Some of the governance needs to kick in, specifically with DPDP on the horizon. That becomes even more important. So we started now going into a full-blown Databricks stack, right from storage to compute to governance layers there.
Super.
So now it's like almost Databricks from a data lake perspective. We do, over that, what we have created is for our near real-time use cases, we have created something we call it as data as a service, kind of an architecture. So where, as a consumer, we have tried to abstract complexity to say that how should I store data? So as a data science team, say if you are interested in a particular data, you will go and say that, oh, I need this data and I need an endpoint for this. And we ask simple questions around, okay, what's the frequency of data you need? What's the scale? Is it a real-time requirement or not? And this engine automatically decides that, okay, if this is there, or maybe I'll create a KSQL-based pipeline, or I will create a Druid-based pipeline, or I'll serve this data from Presto. We'll create a backend to hook that data from my ingestion funnel directly to this, if it's a near real-time or real-time requirement. So that data as a service requirement is like, you can say, a internal abstraction to access data as per your needs for production use cases.
And backend can change.
So you don't need to worry about, oh, whether this will come through KSQL or Druid or Presto. The system will decide and give you the data. You tell me what data you need.
For you, it's a REST endpoint.
For you get a REST endpoint now. Now it's up to you. Whatever you said, I'll give you data from that frequency. So that has helped us. We talked about now, how do we do this personalization, these models. Those are the things that help us run those models. Now science team is independent. Oh, I need this feature. Most of the time you can get that feature without actually reaching out to tech team to say, how do I get this data?
Okay. And these, I would say, features that need to be computed and stored, how does the data science team do that?
So what happens is, like, At times, if it's something that exists in my pipeline, you get automatically.
That's easy. Yeah.
If at times it does not compute, then yes, like to create, like we keep doing it to say that what are the experiments you are trying to run, what
Yeah.
will the data sets you will require.
Yeah.
Maybe for training, I'll give you a dump.
Hmm.
And by the time you will train and be ready, I'll give you that data
Okay.
in the pipeline as
Yeah.
well. There,
Okay.
like.
Oh.
So it's like that iterative
Somebody
exercise.
then writes those ETLs on top of
On
Databricks. Or,
tape, if something is coming up as a totally new requirement, yes,
Yeah.
that kind of a customization is needed.
Yeah.
Again, we are not at that level that where everything can be configurable.
Yeah. You're not building AWS.
Yeah, so but like to the extent that decouples and helps me move faster, yes.
And in this data journey, have you taken any GenAI step? Are you using GenAI for any code creation or any of these models
Yeah.
ported to a GenAI already?
So GenAI, like the journey we have already started. Like being Science of
Uh-huh.
Gaming, we were the one of the early adopters to say, okay,
Yeah.
there's always that interest. Na, there's new kid on the block, let's try it out. The like, so I take it as like 2 or 3 different aspects where
Yeah.
we have started using GenAI.
Mhm.
I'll start with the most complex one, which is, are we using GenAI in any customer-facing initiative?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because if you see, people have now started treating as, and at times, in my opinion, it's like a oversold concept. GenAI is a solution for everything.
Oh yeah, everything.
And to me, that's the most overhyped context or like current prevalent context there.
Yeah.
So on the user journeys also, we started playing with that.
Mm.
Like the reason I'm saying playing is we have launched few features,
Yeah.
but those are like still very, very specific use cases. Like for example, in this IPL, we launched a feature to say that as you are creating a team, you can actually upload any document and
Okay.
I'll automatically create a team. Now that document can be you scribbled a name,
Oh,
11 people
okay.
name on a
Yeah.
on a
Napkin.
paper. You might not have even scribbled 11 people, you might have scribbled 7 people, but then at least 7 people in the team
Will
are
be there.
created.
Yeah.
Or you might have taken a snapshot from somewhere else.
Okay.
You can upload
Copy
it,
somebody else's team.
copy somebody else's team there. So we started playing with it, and we start like, so that's one feature that we launched there, like to say, okay, can I experiment and learn how it's being used?
Yeah. These are in-house models or that you have deployed?
It's
or?
a mix of in-house
Okay.
plus like we'll not create a full model as such.
Oh
there.
yeah, I mean, yeah.
So
Pre-trained model that you're
pre-trained
deploying.
model, and
Yeah.
then trying to put some more guardrails, some more constraints over it, because now people can upload anything.
Yeah, correct.
So you need to have guardrails in place as well. Like the second thing that we are looking at was like how do, and that's in my opinion the most common use case that everyone is trying to get is that can I provide better customer service with a bot kind of infrastructure?
Yeah.
Again, our learnings are it's comparatively easy to get 95% right, maybe 96% right.
Yeah.
It's very difficult journey from that 95 to 100% accuracy.
Correct.
There. Like, people might say 80% right. I will say 95% right because we have been able to do that. That 95 to 100 journey is a pretty tricky one there.
Yeah.
And more so is it's not about getting the right answer. It's about preventing the wrong answer to go.
Yeah,
out.
correct.
They're like, and that's where like, yes, we are working on it, but the effort required is turning out to be more than what I originally anticipated. There.
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Like for example, one of the queries is मैं ये करना चाहता हूँ. ये you replace by XX. The response, the way we created our thing was, if your input is English, I'll also try to give you a English kind of a response. So answer is आप ये ऐसे कर सकते हैं. Now, as a guardrails, we have said do not talk about politics.
Okay.
Now that guardrail says AAP is a political party.
Arey, dude. Yeah.
We might not have thought about it.
Yeah, I never thought about it in this context.
We were also surprised. Why is this getting dropped?
Okay.
Now, how do you get these kind of nuances right? We are a real money gaming company. People do deposits and they do withdrawals.
Correct.
I am facing withdrawal issues.
Okay.
That's a standard query.
You're
I
a
should be able to
bank,
answer.
dude.
We have put a guardrail. Do not talk about drug abuse.
Oh, withdrawal. Okay. Yeah.
So how do you get these nuances right? You can take a call to say, okay, I'll block all these queries, but then my customer experience suffers.
Correct.
I want to give an experience which customer is delighted with. So that's where this GenAI like is. If I was like a very small startup, maybe I can take a lot more risk. As a bigger company, maybe The barrier to risk is high. Internals, yes, we have adopted Cursor as a IDE.
Okay.
The to say that how do you try? We are trying to. It's again 40% of your team by default might be early adopters. They will try. They will experiment.
Yeah,
Rest 60% you may need to
Mm.
break the inertia there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
oh, can you try?
Mm.
Can I create some soft nudges to say, okay,
Mm.
this sprint, what did you do in Cursor?
Mm.
There, like, can you answer that question so that it becomes
Mm.
a soft nudge to do that?
Yeah.
We are actively looking between code review, Codant or CodeRabbit, what will
Mm.
we end up doing?
Yeah.
But I see a lot of positive traction in internal tools getting created. Those
All right. Yeah.
external, I still feel that like it's an experimentation a lot more.
Mm.
Internal, a lot of those tools, mundane tasks like sprint reports automation, data extraction. The third part was that how do I build tools on which I make decisions?
Mm.
So we call
Okay.
it as conversational analytics there. Like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that journey we are on. We see that like this NLP to SQL is pretty mature.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
There also we created our own validation layer as well.
Mm.
But at times it's still not at a level where I can say that once I expose it to a business user,
Mm.
for them earlier he was getting that answer from an analytics guy and he takes that answer as a source of truth.
Correct. Yeah.
Unless I can say that my system is giving this answer as a source of truth,
Mm.
it's a very risky proposition to expose. So that's what currently we are trying to say
Yeah.
that can we reach that stage there?
Okay. All right.
And if it's not a source of truth, can I at least flag that I have a 50% confidence in this data or I have a 90% confidence in the data there? So it's a mix, like customer facing, very difficult, internal facing where decisions are required based on an output of this tool. Somewhere in the middle, internal tools, yes, 80%.
Go wild with it.
Go wild with it.
All right. Okay.
So that's how the approach has been.
Hmm.
Until now, that has worked comparatively well. People are excited. Everybody wants to try things. There's a lot more features in the pipeline where we are saying that if there is a level of uncertainty that you can absorb,
do it.
Do it.
Oh, very cool.
If there is a level of accuracy requires is 100% being a real money gaming company,
okay,
do not.
All right, very cool.
At least on the customer facing aspect.
Makes sense. All right, I'll change tracks. We are connected on LinkedIn, and as usual, I scout and look for things I can ask you on LinkedIn. What is it that I could not find in LinkedIn? And not badminton, but anything else.
So, also one thing like what you could not find, maybe because LinkedIn is more like what I've done, what I've done professionally. But one aspect that I like a lot, and again, maybe that's imbibed because of coming from a family of bankers, is that I'm very deeply interested in financial world. Like,
oh, very cool. Okay.
So I read a lot around like, okay, how things are happening, what events are happening, how is it impacting, impacting the company valuations, stock markets. I did my first investment when I was in college. So second year of college, I bought physical shares from my pocket money there. Like, so that's one field that has excited me the most. Many times I say that if I was not an engineer, I would have been a banker or something in the investor area there. That's what you could not find. Unfortunately, over a period of time, the time I can dedicate to that is going down. But the good part is with this GenAI, at least that has given access or the time it used to take get that data accessible has gone down dramatically there. So now I can do a lot more in a smaller time there.
Yes.
But that's one area which usually you will not find in any of the forums or the LinkedIn or like that.
People don't.
So the banker inside me or the investor inside me is the aspect that's not visible there.
All right, very, very interesting. And have you applied tech to this part?
Yes. So what I do is, as I said, since I don't get a lot of time, I've taken the passive route of most of the investments flow through the people who can do better, which is mutual fund sector. But I still try to say that can I have a portfolio of 10 stocks? So it's like something needs to satisfy this need of a financial advisor which sits inside there. So the way I look at it is I again look at it as a data problem there. So I do look at tools like Screener, etc. I have my own screens that I've created.
Okay.
I have my own set of queries that I've created
Okay.
that act like a filter first. And then over that is a subjective decision that Rajat does
Okay.
there. But it's a mix of more than less tech, more data, you can say.
Yeah.
And that's where sites like Screener, etc., they give you a very easy way to play with data, write your own queries, see those responses, look at the long-term trends. So yeah, to me, that has been my playground there. Now with GenAI in place, that playground is becoming bigger, better. So
very cool. All right. Rajat, we'll do a quick rapid fire round, and then I have a lot of recommendations that I want to get from you after that. And some of these rapid fire rounds you have already answered, but I'll still go ahead and ask. AWS or GCP?
AWS.
Oh my God. Why not GCP?
Have been the AWS guy. It's the habit.
All right. Golang or Java?
Java.
For personal projects too?
Java, like keep things simple and do them well.
All right. ChatGPT or Gemini?
ChatGPT has worked well for me.
Not cloud now?
I'm talking more about where do I spend more time.
Yeah. Okay. Copilot, Cursor, Cloud Code.
Cursor.
All right. Hire for skill or culture?
Culture.
Remote or hybrid?
Hybrid.
Technical debt. Manage or rewrite? What do you do?
Manage. Rewrite opportunistically when you can tie it to a very big business goal.
All right. Build in-house or buy off the shelf?
Core functions build.
All right.
But whatever is non-core, buy.
All right. Okay. MVP fast or perfect product?
I'll say neither. I'll say MLP.
Okay.
Which is like, it's just not minimum viable product. It's like minimal lovable product there.
Very cool. Very cool. What is your first programming language? Don't tell me Java.
Now you will ask the age.
Basic.
Fortran.
Fortran 77.
Yeah. And assembly as well. Like first programming language was assembly, but I'll say first programming language, Fortran.
All right. Debugging or writing new code? What do you like more?
Debugging.
All right. I have to meet some CTO here who says writing new code.
Oh, is it? I thought people always say that I write or I like creating new objects. No, I kind of like shining objects that we have created.
Biggest tech regret?
I'll say maybe not starting something of my own.
Okay. Most overhyped tech trend, and don't say GenAI. Anything else? Yep. That's an obvious answer.
It's like that concept that GenAI will solve everything. Like nothing can beat that kind of overhype that exists this
moment.
But
some of the hype is real. That's why real overhype.
So it's again like I'll say that expectations from that.
Oh yeah,
is the most overhyped one.
Okay. Is there a number 2 at all? Nothing comes close.
Nothing comes close to this. Like it's like currently this has a monopoly.
All right. So we were discussing that some of the people who watch this podcast, right, are people who are starting their career. Some people are thinking of doing a startup. Right? Some people are mid-career engineers. What is your advice for all these 3 people?
So one thing I'll definitely say is that if you have an option, do experience a startup.
Yeah.
And the sooner you can experience it, the better it is.
Okay.
The kind of growth it gives you as a person, the bigger companies will never be able to give it to you.
Okay.
And maybe I'm biased because I went through that journey there. But I still feel that we call about this J-stick growth. It's just not about your tech skills. It's about like as a professional, the kind of growth you get. You should definitely experience a startup and as early as possible in the career there. And the second advice is very on the opposite end of it. Do experience a large setup as well.
All right. Okay.
They're like, because that will give you a very different perspective there to say that how you run a systems more systematically in a more people independent way. How do you make systems resilient?
Yeah.
There. Experience both. My personal choice still will be smaller setups, startups, because that gives you a lot more growth. That puts you in a lot more discomforting situations there.
Yeah. Where do the scale startup come in? Scale startups like Games24x7.
So once you have done that, it's
Yeah.
like, to me, it's a best of both the worlds,
Okay, cool.
because you have
No,
flexibility.
don't go for hiring pitch.
No, you have flexibility, you have agility,
Yeah.
as well as you have enough chaos
Mm-hmm. To learn.
to learn,
Huh.
to keep you on the edge.
Okay.
Oh,
Mm.
will system scale or not? Will something go down? Are my pipelines fully automated or not? There, you still have that kind of a chaos that you operate in.
Yeah.
At times, you can say that it's the worst of both the worlds as well.
Okay.
That
Yes.
expectations are that everything is pristine,
Yeah.
clean.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
we have scaled up to the level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Resources are still very constrained.
Yeah.
They're like, so it works on both the sides, but like more often than not, it's the best of both the worlds because of the agility that you
Okay.
have
Yeah.
and the learning and the chaos that exists.
Cool. Cool.
They're
All
like,
right.
but at times it can be worse of both the worlds as well. They're like, so be ready for that.
Super. All right. Who are your mentors or sounding boards that you call up, or who have influenced your thinking?
So that's a tough one, because there is not one person or one or two persons, I'll say. At various times, various persons has helped very differently there.
Yeah.
In the early career, my manager was my mentor, my go-to guy, learn from,
Yeah.
and he was way like older than me. At times it has been like people have made very different impact. Like for example, when I joined Adobe, Adobe India was headed by a person, Naresh Gupta.
And
A couple of advices he gave, like, so he had him that, okay, what is the skill you are most proud of?
okay.
He was like, I can hire people better than me.
Oh, very cool.
There. Some of the people aspects, like, oh, all my assets go home every day. I need to give them a reason to come back.
Okay.
That's the kind of like, it's a mentorship that you will not read it from a book, or that's something that was experience talking there. Like,
Yeah. Yeah.
at times it has been peers like which are like, which I value, like in terms of like their skill set is way higher than me. At times it's my directs which I go to, but one group that has remained constant in this entire journey, I call it as G10. So this is a group of 10 friends that we formed in our college days there. Like.
All right. Cool.
So that group has still persisted. All of us have taken very different paths. One person is doing merger and acquisitions. A few people are in finance domains, leading pretty big organizations, very impactful organizations. A couple of us has stayed in tech as well.
Yeah.
But that's one group that keeps you grounded, because mentorship is all about it. Is there a group that can see you, that can help you see your blind spots there?
Yeah, correct.
And for that to happen, you need to have a trust and a safety in that relationship there. Like.
Correct.
So that group, G10, that's a huge shout out to them. That group still persists. Good part is we are still able to persist that group 30 years from the time we have met.
Very cool.
There. But that
you're lucky there.
But that to me is my mentorship group as well. Like, oh, I have done this. This is a situation I'm feeling.
Yeah.
What do you guys feel about it? Oh, I want a book recommendation. What do you guys feel about? It's not getting just about answers. It's about like, okay, what have you done?
Yeah.
Because that's the group I respect, to say that, okay, there are learnings from that group that I should take them. So we still meet virtually, physically when possible, in whatever way or form.
Yeah.
But that has lived with me there like for a while, and I still value that a lot there, like because that's the group I can be vulnerable in. I feel absolute trust and safety. Exposing anything in that group. So yep, that's how the mentorship has worked. It's not one person. It's maybe this group is what has persisted. Other times people have come, added value, grown me as a person in various forms.
No, you've been actually very lucky, and probably that's an advice for a lot of students that make a group like that. That'll be with you forever.
If you can continue that group, nothing will come close to being very honest and truthful, and both in terms of things you know and your blind spots as well.
Correct.
Because a lot of it is just pure trust in that group.
Correct. You talked about book recommendations. I need book recommendations. Books, podcasts.
So, so I'm not like, I'll say I listen to a lot of books. There. So
Okay.
I'm not a reader of books, the
All right. Audible.
audible, but like I listen a lot. So what I do is, I call it as me time. So I try to reach office by 8:30.
Okay.
And 8:30 to 10 is me time, and people know that this is a time where I'll walk in the office, listen to a podcast or a book or anything, but that's my time. So coming to a book recommendation,
Yeah.
one book that has been a very, very impactful in terms of the way I think is this Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. It's a book around decision making, like how our
Yeah.
brain thinks and decisions, that how it emerges or how it comes to a different decisions. There it talks about system 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So that's one book. And then the second category of books
Yeah.
was around neurosciences, like in terms of why we sleep, brain and breathe,
Okay.
and how these physical or neurosciences attributes actually integrate with your decision making process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like as leaders, or maybe I don't know where it started, we have kind of made less sleeping a hero.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I can sleep or I can work and I'd be very efficient even after sleeping 5 hours a day or 6 hours a day.
Yeah.
I'll say read book why we sleep. Like, and to me, this was not a very like that. I've read it very earlier. I just read it 12 months back. One of the most like impactful book in terms of like, if one thing I need to change is my habit of why, like reading this book is like, can I do something about it? I've not been able to do a lot of changes. Yes, better place than where I was.
Cool.
But that hero charisma around why, like, oh, I can work at 5 hours sleep. I'm now like this book changed everything. Coming back to Thinking Fast and Slow, that has been my, like, if I can read one book, that's the book I'll read. The same author, Daniel Kahneman, has this theory, prospect theory there, like around it, how we become risk averse when we are chasing gains, and how are we become risk taking when we are chasing losses there.
Okay.
That's such a revelation that how system work, which is like your immediate emotional system, takes over and actually determines your decision. And if you can somehow take a step back and give system to a chance, maybe our decision could have been different there. Like and that's very applicable to the field I am.
Yeah, very much.
Working in real money gaming space. That's a very, very applicable there. So I'll strongly recommend that book.
Okay.
There's this section 4 on that book called a decision making. Absolute gem. And you can map it like, so there are certain questions posing like, oh, I have a 90% chance of winning, of taking $1,000 or 1,000 rupees and a shorty of 900 rupees.
Okay.
What will you take? Majority of people will say 900 rupees.
Okay.
That's where that comes in, that perception of
value.
There's a high probability even to get more, but because I'm risk averse when I'm looking at the gains, I'll choose 900.
Okay.
Now I'll phrase the same question as, you have a 90% chance of losing 1,000 and you will have a 100% chance of losing 900. Majority of the people by default, because of that mental model, will say, okay, I'll take a chance and lose 1,000.
Take it. Correct.
There is a 10 if you see both of the things, there is a 10% probability of gaining 100, or there is a 10% probability of losing 100 more.
Yeah, correct.
So I never thought before reading that book that this is happening.
That is how I think. But yeah, I think like that too. Yeah.
And majority of people think that way. That has a fundamental aspect in our work as well. Like as a person, when I'm building something, a lot of it matters how I present the problem.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's one book, like left, right, and center, I'll say. I keep reading a lot of different books. There's this book, The Coming Wave, from Mustafa Suleyman. He was the founder of, I think, DeepMind as well. Very different perspective of how things are evolving, how it looks like. But one book, Thinking Fast and Slow.
Very cool. All right. So you've gone from mentors to books. I'll go back to people again. Who are your people, go-to people for learning tech? Maybe Twitter, blogs?
Uh, Again, I'll say that like maybe I'm more like a nomad there or a wanderer there. Like, so there are no specific, oh, I go to this blog site or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
person. So first of all, I'm not very present on more other social channels, including Twitter as well.
Yeah, yeah,
My social channel is either LinkedIn or WhatsApp for personal communication there.
yeah.
But as I said, that I like reading a lot. So I will try to say that, okay, it's maybe flavor of a week, flavor of next 2 weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, sometimes it's like, okay, somebody recommended this. Okay, let me just hear it.
Yeah,
There to say
correct.
that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it might be that, okay, there was like, for example, like I think it was maybe 6 months back. There was a lot of this thing around ONDC, etc.
Correct.
Okay, let me learn what this architecture is.
Hmm.
I had no plans to implement, no
Yeah.
plans to integrate. For a week, I actually that 90 minutes daily was on reading about ONDC, how this architecture works, what are payment gateways playing, what are catalog providers doing, how it is settled.
Yeah, yeah.
But then, like, to me, it's not one side. I'll say that at times it will be this. Last 2-3 weeks, I started a very different book. And it's like Solve for Happiness.
Okay.
So this book is written by a guy who was the chief business officer for Google X.
Deep mind, Google X. I see a pattern.
But this book is very different take there. Like this is like more like some of these concepts. What I could relate to is more like Gita.
Oh, all right.
His book is more around that how we operate. We feel everything is in our control.
Yeah.
I can plan everything. And then he talks about how little is that in our control there. Like, and at times it comes back to yeah, do come kariega, like do not feel ki output or the result is in your control there.
Yeah.
So
that's how you solve for happiness.
That's what solve for happiness is there. Like, and it's like and you will not expect that kind of a book coming from ex chief business officer of a Google X thing there. So to me, like it's not one piece there. I wonder a lot there. Sometimes it's tech, sometimes it's philosophical, sometimes it's neurosciences, anything. So it for me, it's a flavor of week.
Yeah, very cool, very cool. Rajat, thank you so much for taking us on this journey. I actually enjoyed. I think we have probably only spoken, in our society, you said hi, hello, and lived. But thanks to Scalar, I could just dig into your brain, learn from you. Thank you so much.
No, thank you for inviting me. This was like a good experience for me as well.
Yeah.
It's sometimes like you don't think about like putting how you think, what has defined you. So it's good to think about it, talk about it, and have this wonderful conversation. Thank you.
Super. Thanks, Rajat. All right, we'll cut.